Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to Fly Like an Eagle. I'm here with my guys Joe Marks and James Scorza from Passion Out Sports Show. How you guys doing, man? We got a lot to talk about today. We got a lot.
You sure do, Mitch. Doing good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Drinking a water bottle that's green, and I have a green screen on, and you can't see it.
Yeah. Well, so I guess I mean,
Let's go.
I guess we should just like rip the Band-Aid off, shall we, Joey? You
Yeah,
weren't.
but
I'm
Joe, how
sorry.
you doing, man?
How
How
you
you
doing,
doing,
man, Joe?
Joe?
Ah, the fifth of whiskey hasn't really settled down yet. Um, there's a lot that is yeah, that this team needs to get their heads out of their asses.
Mm.
All
Uh,
right.
in such a way that it has made me drink.
All right. So, Joe, since you weren't here last week, James and I we didn't even have a docket last week. We would just let it all out. We
Not at
just had
all.
a
It's
ramble
like
a
an
whole
anger
hour.
management kind of class, like
Yeah,
so.
pretty much. So, Joe, it's your turn, man. Let it all out about the Eagles and Giants.
Let it rip, brother.
All right, so the G-men are supposed to be this kick you in the mouth kind of kick around toy in the NFC East. Yet they came in and they kicked us in the teeth. Can someone explain to me in what universe Jackson Dart outplays Jalen Hurts? Well, apparently in the Thursday night universe. Here's the other part of this. I got to understand, I have to Google search every receiver that the Giants threw to that night because I didn't know a damn one of them. You could probably fill those guys with D-list receivers. I mean, Jordan Matthews has had a more aspiring career than some of these guys, and that's saying a lot. Understand something. This is a bad thing to have the Giants feel like they got one up on you. Not to mention a divisional game, but this is the light at the end of the tunnel. Kelly Ringo, we know where you are. You are not the guy we thought you were. You are not the bag of goods that we thought you were. You are snake oil at its personification.
Mm.
Understand something. Adoree Jackson, we should have left you in New York.
Ooh.
Understand something. When we are done, said and done with this season, this corners Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, those guys will be the centerpieces. But everyone else better look for the unemployment line because that is the way we are cutting bait. I don't care if you're Bennett and I don't care if you're Ricks. I don't care who you are. If your name's not Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, you need to get your head examined. Because as a cornerback, it's very simple. Don't let the other guy catch the ball. It's not that difficult. Yet you guys made it look like rocket science and made Jackson Dart look like freaking Aaron Rodgers. Let's calm down and pump the brakes because in about a week or so, we are going to have our rematch and we are going to put down those New York football Giants and put them back in the place where they belong in the Statue of Liberty's asshole.
All right. Well, here's something you forgot, man. My name is Mitchell, so I'm good. I think I'm good, man. I think I'm good.
Although I heard you put on some weight from Mitch Kopp. I've heard you put on some weight, some
Yeah.
lbs.
Yeah.
Hey, I scored. I scored for the Flyers, so I'm like, hey.
Yeah. What's been going on with you guys lately, Mitch? I haven't seen you be on the score sheet. Are you and Tucker okay? Are you and Tucker good?
We're good, man. We're good. He's more mad about me on the Eagles right now. He doesn't want me to
Ah,
flip flop teams. He
Well,
doesn't want me over
yeah.
there. And
Mitch
right,
Kopp
right,
takes it personal.
right,
Strong
right
yeah,
like bull.
now, right now, Mitch Kopp is taking the Joel Embiid diet.
Oh
Yeah.
He's doing
Oh
the
no! Don't
the
do that.
cheesesteaks and the Chick-fil-A and all
I
that.
am sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm actually getting dinner in an hour. What do you want me to do? But yeah, thank you for letting that out, man. But let's just get right into the actual show here. Out of nowhere,
Oh
Za'Darius Smith
god.
retired. Out of freaking nowhere. And I'm just sitting here like, does he have confidence in his Eagles team? Does he have confidence in his team? I mean, he's only 33 years old. I mean, he only signed 1 year. James, let's go with you, man. Give me your thoughts about Za'Darius Smith retiring.
It was a shock on him, man. I think it's probably the first thing I say is that the first thing that comes to my mind was it's that I mean, and the way it looks to me, I'm not even. I mean, it's like I said, shocking to see Za'Darius Smith like drop off that really quickly. Like, I mean, even if it was Dick Vermeil, like he would have waited until the year was over to resign. You know, at least he wasn't like doing it mid-season, like. But I mean, yeah, but yeah, it's confusing because I think about it. And I say to myself now is that who you got now to replace him? I mean, okay, Uche's okay. I mean, he's a good player. I mean, Aziz Ojolari. I mean, he's not shown. I mean, he's shown out a little bit in that Giant game, but I mean, he wasn't. But he hasn't shown like he's worth the. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I think it's just maybe it just makes me realize now maybe what we should have done was probably we could have kept like a Milton Williams or Josh Sweat, but I know I'm going to get a lot of beef for it. But I mean, I don't know how to react to it, going to admit, Mitch, and I'm not going to lie to you, Joe. I mean, it's like it was interesting, like seeing him retire during the week. It was just like, man, it's like something must be divided out in that locker room because it seems like there's a lot of dirty laundry with that more than anything.
Yeah. Joe?
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard the news. I was like, wait, what? I'm like, our guy? Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What? Who does that? Who retires midweek? Like,
Right.
who retires like 4 days after a game? Like, that's just insane. And,
It
and
is.
not even like at the end of the season, the kind of beginning, mid-season. So this is how I view it. There's a philosophy, and Vic Fangio can sometimes rub players the wrong way. It's one of the reasons why he got exiled from Miami because his players said he coaches too hard. I'm sorry, but like here's the bottom line for it.
You don't think
Sometimes
that could be the reason for that being him
I do.
retiring?
I
Do
do.
you?
I
Do you?
think it's because Vic rubbed him the wrong way. Because there
Oh
was the
God.
reason why he
Oh
did not
jeez.
start the Giants game. He didn't start the Giants game. I think Smith took it personally. Then when they have the morning the meeting after and the team meetings after the game, usually it's on a Monday, which is when he retired.
Oh
Like
God.
I'm sure Vic talked to him and said, listen, this is the reason why you didn't start, and this is the reason why you're not going to start, because as long as I'm defensive coordinator here, you got to start performing and doing the things that I'm scheming up for the defense. We all row together as a team.
Hmm.
Now, that being said, the problem that I have with this is he was one of the best pass rushers we had on this defensive line.
We did.
And so losing him makes me nervous, to say the least. Because for me, I start to wonder who's going to get to the quarterback. Who are we going to, who are we going to create pressure for? Look, I brought up earlier about Keely Ringo and about Adoree Jackson and all the other cornerbacks that are not named Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. Well, the problem with that really is the reason why they become more exposed is because there's no pass rush. There's no disruption to the quarterback. Think about how we won the Super Bowl. We won the Super Bowl by disrupting Patrick Mahomes. We won even when we went and played Kansas City early in the season. We won by disrupting the quarterback. If we're not able to do that consistently, play in and play out, quarterbacks with any level of talent is going to tee off on us.
Yeah. And here's the funniest thing, too. Just a couple weeks ago on this very show, it broke that we got Za'Darius Smith. I was like, guys, breaking news. We just got Za'Darius Smith out of nowhere. And then now he's gone. And then now it's just like, all right, see you later. I don't think he has confidence in his team. You may be right, Joe, about Vic Fangio, him not starting. But after the last couple of weeks, even though the games that we have won, we have not looked like the Eagles from the last year. We have not. So maybe that was like thinking, it was like, why am I here? Right? I don't like the defensive coordinator. I'm not liking the coaches right now. The defense can't tackle. I'm doing everything. I'm gone. I'm out.
Here's what I will say. Think about this team. Think about a year ago today, like a year ago from now. The Eagles then didn't look like, the sharpest team in the NFL. We had, Nick Sirianni shaved his freaking head and went all Britney Spears on people. Like
full on Kensington.
Yeah, so
it's all like we talked about.
You have to understand something. Like, there's a perspective that at this time last year, we had big question marks about the Eagles, and look how that season ended up. Not saying that that's the way that this is going to end up, but my thing is, are these question marks that are laying in wait in the locker room of the Philadelphia Eagles question marks that can be answered? That's the only people that can answer that are the people in the building.
Yeah.
I'll say this right now too, and you make very good points about this too, Joe, and also you too, Mitch, as well. Without Nolan Smith being there, that's going to be one thing that's going to be even more of a plan that you got to move looking forward here is that obviously you're going to miss Nolan Smith for a couple more games here due to that because he's on IR, obviously, but this is probably where Nakobe Dean needs to step up now. This is probably where Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter need to step up now because according to Baldy, he's been having a terrible season, Jalen Carter has. Jordan Davis, after that block punt, it felt like he was resurrecting his career, and he's been silent. I'm not saying he's been silent, but I haven't seen him. The question I have to ask is that since this Za'Darius Smith is now retired, who do you replace him with? And that's going to be a good question. Do you put Ojulari there? Do you put Oche there? Do you rotate? Do you get Brandon Graham a call and say, hey, can you come back for one more? I don't know how to think. What's that?
Or do you slide Jahad Campbell down?
Maybe
Dean coming back. Maybe you slide Jahad Campbell down.
Maybe
because he played edge in college, and
that's true.
It's an interesting perspective. It's an interesting problem to have.
It really is.
But the other part of this, James, and we can't just underscore this, is that this defense in the last 2 weeks has been on the field 140 snaps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's insane. Like in the Broncos game, they were on the field for about 70 snaps. In the Giants game, they were on the field for about 70 snaps. Within 7 days, you guys were on the field for 140 snaps. That wears on a team, wears on a defense. Yeah, I get it. You're supposed to perform whatever you're called upon. But, Mitch, I'll ask you, if you had to do something 140 times within 5 days, within 5 or 6 days, you trying to tell me that 139th try is going to be as strong as the first try?
No, not at all. And James, you were talking about other players that could fill that void, but I just found this out right before we went live. This is just a rumor. Let's just put that out there. But the Eagles are expected to make an offer on Bengals Trey Hendrickson. It's just a rumor here. Is that something you guys are willing to do?
For like Trey a 1 year rental, though? Isn't it even worth it because he's an injury? Because he's injured?
That's exactly what I was thinking, too.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
There
Yeah.
is another name that I've heard out there that I'd be more interested in because he's young and he's a hungry guy that wants a new chance in a new area. Uh, Jeremiah Johnson, for the Jets.
Mm.
Mhm.
He's 26 years old, edge rusher.
Hmm.
Jets aren't going anywhere like I thought they would. I mean, my dark horse in the NFC is still safe, but my AFC one's starting to look more like a floundering fish at this point.
Mm.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
no,
it's interesting. I'm sorry, Joe, for I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I guess the one thing that confuses me is that since the Za'Darius Smith retirement happened, it's just like it's not I mean, I don't know how to respond to that. Honestly, it's just that yeah, I mean Jeremiah Johnson's will be a good player. Maybe he wants out of the Jets, but the Jets are not like lining up right now. They're like 0 for 7, like 0 for 6, 0 for 0 and 6 or 0 and 7. I mean maybe
well, I
go
think
out of
that's the reason why they could. I think
maybe
right now, they're not going to be able to pay anyone really
yeah
outside of like some of their um big time, like Garrett Wilson and a couple other big names. But
right
right now, the Jets aren't going anywhere. And with Trey Hendrickson, you have to kind of understand he's 32 or 31 years old, back injury history. He's going to demand a lot of money. This is, sure, you could bring in this guy, and then what happens if he gets hurt? Then
mm-hmm.
you just get a first or second round pick for this guy that you may not even have for the whole season.
mm.
Whereas Jeremiah Johnson II, I honestly think he's, when we were in EOP, James, he was
Mm-hmm.
one that I did research on. And this is a guy who is not the fleetest of foot, but he's a guy that can penetrate and has a lot of different moves to get into the backfield.
Mm. Well, yeah, I mean it I'm with you on that. I don't disagree with what you're saying on that, but I just this is probably one of the things I hate to say right now, but I hate when this happens because it's like you're trying to like rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic. You're trying to figure out like what fits and what doesn't fit. I mean, maybe we could try to take a flyer on him, but then who knows if he can't stay healthy? I mean, he's dealing with an injury right now. I mean, I I maybe I should have done my research on this to see who would be good players to look out for in the trade deadline if you're going to try to replace Za'Darius Smith, and probably around the time too. Maybe, hopefully, that's around the time Nolan Smith comes back, and hopefully they make a little bit more of a jump here. But it just doesn't look good right now. More than anything.
You could also go the route of like a veteran, like a real veteran.
Mm.
Khalil Mack is a guy that jumps to mind.
Yeah, that's true.
A guy like, I know people will hate this name, but he's still a talent, and that's Javarius Clowney. Like,
Jadeveon Clowney, yeah.
yeah, Javadian Clowney. That guy is a talent. Now, people might not like him because of what he did to Carson a couple years ago, but my point is still the same. Like, regardless, we talked about it with Mike this past Saturday, James.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think the defense, especially after Saturday and having Smith walk out the door, I think now the edge is the most important thing. I
Yeah.
get it that the corner is just as pressing, but it's like I said earlier. If the defensive line doesn't get pressure onto the quarterback, it makes no difference. You could have Joe Hayden and Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. You could have all three of those guys in your secondary. But if the defensive line isn't getting to the quarterback and the quarterback's got 8 seconds to throw the ball, your secondary is still going to get torched.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it. I mean, this might sound weird, but the Khalil Mack thing might not as bad as it seems because he'll be like a veteran presence in that locker room. Or, I mean, maybe like Yannick Ngakoue. Probably Yannick Ngakoue is probably one guy. Probably somebody. I mean, Ngakoue. I mean, I remember like probably 2019 when he was a big target that the Eagles were trying to get. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and the Ngakwe hasn't been effective in almost a few years. So I mean,
Yeah,
but Khalil Mack is a good example of that. Bosa, probably Joey or Nick Bosa might be a good example of that.
yeah.
Um, uh, this is probably where I need JJ Watt to come out of retirement too. But I can blow smoke up my ass off that stuff too.
Hey,
But hey, Frank Finnegan probably. If oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, TJ Watt's on a contract extension. That's right. I thought I could have swore he was coming out on free agency. I said, maybe we could have got TJ Watt if that when it really came down to it, or we probably could have got what was the other part? Micah Parsons. Like maybe make the trade to Micah Parsons when it was needed to too. So
And
yeah.
where would we be if we actually made that deal now? Like if we would have
hmm,
made the Micah deal now with
hmm,
what we're saying, then aren't we then saying, wow, the only thing that we're hurting for is a corner?
hmm.
Like,
Mm.
think
That's
about
true.
that. Like
That's true.
that would be the only thing we're really hurting for because Micah would be there next to Jalen Carter. You'd have Nolan Smith and Jalen Hunt bouncing back and forth with
hmm
the option of Jihad Campbell, N'Kobe Dean, and Zach Bond. That's a stout defense,
Yep.
regardless of how you and they're all young. And so, yeah, that would be an interesting prospect. But now we didn't do that. Now we are picking up the chips where they are.
Hmm.
And I don't know how much further Howie goes into his bag of tricks as far as trading the draft picks.
hmm
Because he's made some trades already. So you got to ask yourself, how far do you go down? We went from 13 picks. I don't know if we still even have 13 picks left
Right.
with some of the trades. So for what it's worth, do we go from 13 picks at the beginning of the season to 6 picks by the end of this year? I mean,
Yeah.
that's a drastic change.
Right, right. James, would you like to read this comment from your dad?
Sure, yeah. So he says, Vic Fangio has to figure something out how to get QB pressure with the guys we have. The cavalry isn't coming. They all have to get to work. Yeah, and fast too. They gotta get to work and fast too.
I
Um,
definitely agree with that. I definitely agree with that. The
yeah,
thing is, right now, they're all practicing again. They all
mm,
were practicing yesterday and the day before. So
hmm
that's a good sign right there. I'm glad that they're back on the field. We need them back there on Sunday. We need them out there on Sunday, especially
hmm
when you go up against a guy named Justin Jefferson. I know they have Carson Wentz, and who else? We know Carson Wentz the best. Everyone in Philadelphia knows Carson Wentz the best, but
hmm
Jefferson, on the other hand, he's a generational talent.
He's the one that got away in 2020. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the one guy I still critique Howie Roseman just a little bit that he could have got Justin Jefferson instead of Jalen Reagor, but
Mm.
overall, we still had AJ. We got AJ to redeem himself. We had Devontae. We have a couple players to redeem himself. But with Justin Jefferson, though, once he catches that ball, it's like another version of Randy Moss I'm seeing. Like he's. I remember watching Justin Jefferson. I think it was 2022. It was against Buffalo, and there was that game that he made like a one-handed catch, and I'm texting a buddy of mine. I'm thinking like, "Yo, dude, how the hell does he do it? It's unbelievable how amazing how much of a great player he is, and even more so that he has like hands like he has. I mean, I gotta say right now, I mean, everyone wants to talk about how good Odell Beckham was, but Justin Jefferson was on. I mean, I think he's on another planet. He's just like he. I mean, once you can, hopefully Sunday will be a good matchup between Quinion and also Justin Jefferson because obviously you think about Carson Wentz like you brought up, Mitch. It's a very good point here. As that we all know the Carson Wentz we know and love, and I think the one thing that the Eagles have to do this week is that they cannot make Carson Wentz look like Jackson Dart, and that's the biggest key. Because if you think about it more than anything, if you make Jackson Dart look like a bona fide stud with this defense, Carson Wentz is going to say, this is probably my comeback game and just probably have a reputation against the Eagles. But overall, I'm not saying Carson Wentz has been bad this year as coming into this. I mean, he's been good. I mean, he's been okay and not good, but he's been efficient sometimes when that comes down to it. But once he gets pressure in his face, that's where he is the worst the most. And that's what the thing the Eagles have to do this week. The Eagles have to put pressure like they did against Carson Wentz. I guess the last time was in 2022 against Washington. Do that same level of results that you do. I mean, Carson Wentz is beatable when you put pressure on him. And that's going to be the most important key in this game here today. Tonight, not tonight, this weekend. You got to put pressure on Carson Wentz because that's where even Quinyon being there, that's a positive. That's going to be something to look forward to. And hopefully, what I could see too is that hopefully that my dad brought up here before he talked about Fangio's QB pressure is also make Jahan Campbell the Swiss Army knife more than anything too.
Yeah. Joe, did you have anything to say over there, or no? You were good.
Yeah, so I just did a little bit of research. So Clowney is a free agent, so that's someone we could pick up.
We could pick him
Mack
up.
is currently with the Los Angeles Chargers.
So,
but I could still see that because he's a platoon guy back over there. I could still see that as an option down the road. Now, that being what it is with the pressure. The idea of how you shake Carson Wentz and stop Justin Jefferson, you have to play a zone shadow scheme where you basically are shadowing the Justin Jefferson with the safety. So with Quinyon playing with a strained hamstring, you have to make sure that you're not playing man up and press up on Justin Jefferson with Quinyon Mitchell, because that's the one way he could probably re-aggravate that hamstring injury, and you don't want that. Right. You want someone whether it's Epps, whether it's Nakuba, or whether it's Blankenship, that plays a shadow over the top of Quinyon on a zone. So for Justin Jefferson, he can have 18 receptions for 80 yards, but just don't let him burn you for 80 yards in one play.
Correct. Let me read Chad's comment here, and then we're going to get into our next topic. Chad says, "What's up, Mitch, James, and Joe? Football Talk with Bo, who's actually on the Hardcore Sports Network. He's a Seahawks fan. He jinxed the Steelers. He jinxed the Chad Steelers. Well, you lost. How do you lose to the Bengals and Joe Flacco? How is that even possible?"
I gotta say last night. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, this football season has been a little bit semi-jumping the shark, but that was a pretty good game last night.
I didn't even watch it.
It's Delaware Joe Flacco, baby. It's Delaware Joe, baby.
I was watching preseason basketball. I was watching the Rockets and the Hawks. Wow. Hey, I'm a big basketball fan, dude. I love basketball.
Hey, there you go. Are you big on college? When it comes to brackets? Maybe we'll do something on brackets this year too.
Of course, yeah.
I'm trying to run back
March
into
Madness, that everything, the draft. I'm everything revolver except for WNBA. I can
tell you what, WNBA's been pretty impressive. Though. I gotta lie. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I can't watch it.
Really? Oh man, I think the WNBA is better than the NBA. Gonna admit.
See, I am completely not WNBA. I am the WHL. I mean I'm sorry, the women's WPHL. WPHL. It's and I'm not talking about Channel 17. It's the women's professional hockey league.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I'm just saying, if I still had sight, I would be glued to that television all night long.
Well, there was a guy up at CSB, like Rick Connor could tell you about that story. A friend of mine from our friend over at Wildfire about the lingerie football league with this guy Chris Coons.
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing though, with these girls on ice. I mean, I dropped the gloves, but these girls,
puppies.
No. These girls throw haymakers.
I had to say it.
I was like, whoa. I'm like,
yeah, they're tough. They're tough chicks, man. They're tough chicks.
Danny Carcillo, watch out. All right.
Yeah.
Dan Carcillo, Zach Rinaldo, Andre Waugh, Matthew Barnaby, Claude Lemieux.
Well, getting back to this with the whole Justin Jefferson thing, bottlenecking Justin Jefferson's going to be the key. But more importantly, I think Minnesota is more capable of trying to establish the run game
Mm,
because you don't want to get Carson popped.
mm.
Because then if you have no J.J. McCarthy and no Carson Wentz, I don't know who your third string quarterback is.
Might
But
be
I
another
know if
Brian
I'm
Mitchell situation here.
I know if I'm Minnesota, I ain't trying to
See what
find
I did
out.
there, Mitch?
Okay, how many times are we gonna say Mitchell? We got Quinyon Mitchell. We got Brian Mitchell. Now we got Mitch Tom. How
Mitch-
many players should I be at once?
Mitch Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky.
Dude, my old boss would call me that. My old
Really?
boss would call me that. And I was
Trubisky.
like, dude, because we were playing basketball, ironically. And
Ah.
I was like, dude, if I make this half court shot, you gotta stop calling me that. He's like, deal, I made it. So I'm like,
There you go.
Shut
There
up.
you go.
But
So the funny
Yeah.
thing about
I never
your
forgot that
name-
draft too. That was in Philadelphia, right? When he got drafted and the second overall pick was it 2017? He got
something
drafted.
like that, yeah.
yeah.
So the
I
funny
forgot
thing
about
about
that.
your name when Quinyon Mitchell went down on Thursday, I was like, "Yo, Mitch, come on, get up, dude. Let's go."
You didn't text me. you
Oh, you
didn't
heard
text
me through
me.
the television.
You guys didn't text me to see if I was okay.
Well,
No,
I was
just-
still sulking about the damn Phillies. That was the problem.
Yeah.
we'll save that for another time. We'll save that for another time. It's not
It's not Mitch
instruments
Trubisky.
too biscuits. Dang it, Chad. Dang it.
Oh,
But
no, that's
before we
bad.
actually get into Isaiah Rogers and that whole thing, James, what do we have going on Monday? What is going on Monday, James? 4:00.
Well, we got another show coming up here, Mitch. So glad you asked. We got this great show called This Week in Flyers Hockey. For the first time in a while, we'll talk some pucks with the orange and black, all things Philadelphia Flyers. Coming off a good win on Monday. We were not here on Monday for the home opener. I wish we could have done it because it was an exciting game. Last night they lost to Winnipeg, but on Monday, we'll talk about it all. We'll talk about the Flyers' opening game against the Panthers on opening night on that Monday. Winnipeg on that Thursday night. They lost last night, but I guess Winnipeg was the better team. And they got Kirill Kaprizov and the Minnesota Wild coming into town tomorrow against the Flyers. So we got Minnesota Vikings on the Eagles chatter on Sunday. And on Saturday, we got Minnesota Wild coming into Philadelphia against the Flyers on Saturday. I think it's Saturday afternoon or Saturday night. But tune in every Monday at 4 p.m. for another edition for the new show called This Week at Flyers Hockey. It should be a lot of fun, and it should be actually really exciting to see what the Orange and Black have in store for this upcoming season.
Yep, you can catch that right here on CPunk Sports Pennsylvania, CPunk Facebook, Hardcore Sports Facebook, and the Hardcore Sports YouTube. So that's every Monday at 4:00 with James, Joe, and my guy Austin. So hopefully you guys be there, and hopefully you guys talk about me and me scoring.
There you go. Need a Minnesota clean sweep this weekend. Absolutely.
There you
Oh,
go.
you, like I said before, you need to drop some LBs so we can get some more goals.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm sorry. I have
Put
a
the
hamstring
biscuit-
injury.
Put the biscuit in the net.
Yeah, put the biscuit in the net, man.
Dude, I have a hamstring injury and I'm hungry. I'm sorry. Okay, chat comes in and goes, I did tune into halftime stream last night, but I didn't comment on the chat since halftime I jinxes them. Philly halftime, he seen the Flyers games and he was mad. He was mad that the Flyers lost. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I mean, oh God, come on. I mean,
What?
I'll say this.
Yeah.
Allow me to. I mean, since you're here, Joe, you know how much I love my Chicago Wolves hockey.
Here we go.
And this was a typical.
We're not even on the Flyers show yet.
I know that we're not. But it's a reality check. I mean, it was the John Anderson type of defense that they had with Nathan Oystrick, and the list goes on and on. Even Bob Nordella, but all joking aside, though, Winnipeg's a good team. I mean, they actually, if you can remember, Winnipeg almost beat. Actually, they almost got eliminated in the postseason, and they won at the buzzer against St. Louis in that postseason last year. But overall, They're gonna win tomorrow. They'll be fine tomorrow. I mean, they got Seattle coming. They got a lot of good teams coming up soon. So this will be a good tall test for the Flyers too. But overall, I mean, I wasn't even pissed off about that game last night. I said to myself, "Hey, it happens." It
So
happens.
let's just get right into Isaiah Rogers, who's actually on the Minnesota Vikings. He had a big game a couple weeks ago. So what happened here? What happened here with Isaiah Rogers? I almost said Isaiah Joe. Joe, what happened with this whole Isaiah Rogers?
He won a championship. That's what Isaiah Joe did. He won a championship.
So wait, you won a championship with the Thunder. There you go. So what happened with Isaiah Rogers?
Well, the fact of the matter is we can't say this much about Howie, at least recently, but Howie dropped the ball with this one. This is a signing I think he should have made, probably one of the first signings he should have made. I get Zach Bond, get that deal done, then you turn and you go and sign Isaiah Rogers. 2 reasons. Number 1, he's still young enough. Number 2, he's still cheap enough. He didn't do anything that gives you cause to believe that he can't, be a talent on this defense. And now we look at this defense and it's like the guys we thought we got a Dory Jackson. Who would I rather have, Isaiah Rogers or a Dory Jackson? It's obvious. We took a Giants reject and made him more rejectable. We took the Minnesota took a guy who won the Super Bowl and is making him the main stage on their defense. Look, I regret not having Isaiah Rogers on this team. I just hope I don't regret it on Sunday in the form of a pick.
And your cat agrees with Joe.
Yep.
I call him Skates though. He's my Chicago Wolves mascot.
I
had to say that. I'm sorry.
All good, man.
But all joking aside, I heard about this thing earlier about Isaiah Rogers, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Maybe it was not the. If this comes out to be one of those Orlando Scandrick moves again, that he comes out of nowhere and has a chip on his shoulder because he was disrespected by the Eagles, I said to myself, "Oh man, I mean, it's weird because it's like." There was so hype. I mean, even my dad brought up here before we came on this show here. He said basically they thought Keely Ringo was the guy. I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a big Bulldog guy, but he's been a bust. He's not been good. I mean, look, I like to see him succeed. I like to see him play well on this team, but he's not been playing well. He's just not been playing well. Dory Jackson's been a real disappointment. I mean, other than maybe you would have brought in Isaiah Rogers, maybe it would have fixed the problem, but then you still got – actually, you know what? Maybe it could have maybe could have made the problem better. Maybe if you kept Isaiah Rogers, maybe we won't have to deal with the Jacorian Bennett's or the Isaiah, not the Keely Ringos or even the Dory Jacksons. I mean, maybe I don't know. I mean, the question I have to ask is that if he turns out to be a great, I mean, I don't know how to explain it though, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's a little exhausting to think about these problems when they're made, and even seeing AJ Brown kind of pull a little bit of a snarky attitude here and there this week kind of annoyed me. So I'm like, okay, so something must be going on in that locker room that probably smells rotten right now. So I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that the teammate that team that we even brought up last week, Mitch, that Nick Sirianni's losing the locker room, or if it's somebody put a stink bomb in the locker room and it's fume and it smells and it smells rotten. I don't know what it is. I just don't know what the hell it is. It's just all I know is it doesn't smell good right now. It smells bad more than anything.
It smells worse than the Sixers in your categories with me.
He agrees with me too, Bubba.
And would you like to read this comment from your dad here?
Yeah. So he said the same thing like I just said. So the Eagles put their eggs in the basket with Keely Ringo and signed Jackson when it seemed it might not work out. Rogers was a back burner for them, and it burned on Howie a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, I'm all about the youth when it comes to like teams or whatever. Let the young guys go. Let them prove themselves. They got a lot of talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Rodgers is that guy. He's that young. He's got a lot of skill. I really like Isaiah Rodgers. For me, it's just like it's not. There was no hard feelings, right? There was no hard feelings doing this. It's just a business move. I think Isaiah Rodgers took the first thing that he could find. I think it was Isaiah. The deal was what, like 2 years, $5 million. I forget
Yeah,
how much
something like
exactly.
that. I mean,
So it was just like, I'll take that. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
That's the thing. I look at it too, and I say like if it was like a big contract, right? If it was asking like for like a 5-year, 6-year deal, like for only a 1-year rental, then it's gonna be like, okay, now you're just like just trying to like throw darts at the wall. But I think, I mean, a 2-year deal is not that bad. I mean, now that kind of confuses me a little bit. It said, okay, so why the hell didn't we sign him in the first place? And why you feel
I think it has a lot to do with we put more stock in Keely Ringo. And look, James, me and you fell victim to it too, because for the longest time we were like, it's time for Keely to step up. It's time for Keely to step up.
Right.
I don't know what development plan or regiment he's on, but it's not working. And like, I don't
needs to stop playing golf with Bramley Gilbert.
Well, here's the bottom line. I don't understand how you can go from a guy who sat behind Slay, who sits behind Quinyon Mitchell, who sits behind Cooper DeJean, and you don't pick up certain skill sets. Now, I'm not asking him to be like the lockdown corner, but I'm also not expecting you to be like the guy that comes off as like this high school corner. Like, I don't know if he could play for the Bulldogs now. Like that's where I'm at with Keely Ringo. I don't know if Keely Ringo could be a starting cornerback for the Georgia Bulldogs now.
Yeah, you know something. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm being weird here. I mean, I've been trying to. I've been saying that all show, but I don't know how to describe it without. I mean, it's exhausting to think about here, because it's just like you think about it now. It's like we don't know. I mean, there's like so many holes on this team that even last year when they all came together, it felt like the only thing that made it better was that they had a short bye week. I mean, but now they got this bye week in mid-November. I mean, but my question is that going to be too late to see? I mean, if they had to wait until November to wake up, then I don't know if it's going to solve any problems. I mean, the defense right now, I don't know. I'll just say something in the words of Al Davis: just win on Sunday. That's all it has to come down to for me. Just win. Just win the damn game. I mean, like fundamentals. Focus on fundamentals and win the damn game.
So, I actually want to bring something up that I was watching on the STT Sports Network. Shout out to my guy Phil Stifel, 20 a.m. Catch him every morning at 8 a.m. Mm-hmm. As I'm doing YouTube stuff, I listen to him and stuff like that. So the whole chat was going up against him about Nick Sirianni. Like, the chat had enough with Nick Sirianni already. Had enough. Wow. And they were trying to, let's fire Nick Sirianni now. Like, Jesus. We put enough blame on Howie. Back in the day, we all wanted Howie gone. We all did. We all did. But based
Somebody did.
These last 2 games, now the Eagles fans want to turn on Nick Sirianni. I'm not the biggest fan of Nick Sirianni. I am not. I'm going to be honest. But I don't want him gone.
No.
I don't want him gone.
This isn't like a Topper situation here. I mean, like, the thing about it, too, Sirianni, it's, I mean, I think it would be more that you have to get rid of Kevin Patullo more than Sirianni at this point. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. Joe?
This isn't a Sirianni thing.
No, it's not.
Can we calm
It's
down?
not.
I'm not going to take the top. I'm not going to take the type of take that Mitch over here would take with Rob Thompson. Like firing
Hey,
a
who
guy
is
after
right? Who is right?
but firing a guy that wins back-to-back divisional championships. I'm not about to take that approach by far.
Oh God.
Not to
I'm still
mention
right.
the idea that this is a guy that could potentially
I open up a
go
can
and
of
win
worms.
back-to-back
Damn me.
Super Bowl championships. No, I'm not going to fire the head coach, but there is a
I'm not
problem.
either.
There is
Yeah.
a
No, I'm not
problem
either.
in the coaching staff. Kevin
Um,
Patullo never earned what he got. Now, everyone else might say, sure he did. He's been here since then. Look, he's been here in the shadows. This is the first time he is called offensive play calls, and they're very pedestrian. They're not creative. I'm sorry. This is a offense that's stagnant, but not because of the players, but because of the scheme.
mhm,
You can blame the players for performance. You gotta blame the coaching for scheme.
mhm.
When you have the same plays being called 3 or 4 times in a game, what do you expect the defense to do? Oh, I didn't see that coming. Oh. I just saw it like 10 plays ago. What are we talking about? Like, you're not fooling people. Kevin
We're not.
Patullo is playing offensive coordinator like he is playing offensive coordinator in a high school football game. You're an NFL dude. You got to get creative, innovative. You have to be ahead of the curve, not behind the curve. He just isn't there. And look, Nick Sirianni is to blame in a sense, in one sense and one sense only. If you could fire Kevin Patullo today, or at least take the play calling responsibilities away from Kevin Patullo, then you could give him to Nick Sirianni if Nick knew how to call the plays well.
Mhm.
But Nick doesn't. I mean, that's the thing. Look at Andy Reid. If he had a really shitty offensive coordinator, he would just call the plays.
Right.
Like if Bill Belichick, when he was with the Patriots, if he had a really shitty defensive coordinator, he'd call the defensive plays. The head coaches specialize in something. When you have these CEO kind of head coaches like Nick Sirianni is, you are there to manage your coaching staff. If Kevin Patullo is running out there like really boring offense, you got to call him on his shit, Nick. You got to call him to the carpet and be like, dude, this has got to get better. This isn't good enough. I get it. We're putting the championship behind us, but this isn't Eagles football.
No, it's not. It's not. You're right, Joe. I
But
mean,
by the way, really quick, Joe, who was right about the Phillies? All right, James, go for it.
the thing with Patullo that really pisses me off with it is that it's one of those things that I sit there and I have to sit here and I sit here every time I look down to it. I say to myself, is that okay? So are we having a bend don't break defense, or is it just bend don't bend? Because it reminds me so much of when Brian Johnson was here and how vanilla it was and how stale it was. And it seems like I don't understand how that we had Kellen Moore as our offensive coordinator. We had him already one step closer to. I mean, he got us a Super Bowl, and now he's shipped off to New Orleans, and look how bad of a disaster he's become. I mean, the worst thing about it too is that I don't know if this is even fixable because nobody wants to agree to disagree that the offense is sour. I mean, I see every single week like they have good 2-3 good plays and then they stop doing it. It's just like I don't understand.
It's fixable.
It,
It's fixable. They need to listen to one. They need to listen to their quarterback because you know who the common denominator is.
right.
It's on that field that has been running these plays for the last 4 or 5 years, 6 years. That's Jalen Hurts. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's got the knowledge at this point to be able to run his own offensive schemes. he's gotten the veteranship. He's gotten the cachet right now to be like, no. We got to run it this way. Let's go have fun. Let's go do this. He is in the film room dissecting what he's doing wrong. But the problem is, it's harder to dissect what you're doing wrong in the film room when you're seeing the same scheme and same plays and these stagnant plays that Jalen probably doesn't really agree with. When we talk about the AJ controversy, I don't even, everyone who points it as, oh, well, he's not friends with Jalen anymore. No, I think him and Jalen are fine. I think that maybe he's looking at Jalen like, well, look, he's your offensive coordinator. So you go talk to him. You got a hard line to the head coach. You go talk to Nick. Like, I'm just AJ Brown. You are freaking the general right here. You are one. Like, this is you got this. The problem is if Jalen's voice falls on deaf ears, whether it's Nick or Kevin Patullo, the problem is the offense is going to stay the way it is, and unfortunately,
nothing's going to change.
Nothing's going to change, and the players are going to get more frustrated. And I know people might say, well, why do you automatically blame the coaches, not Jalen Hurts? Like, he's invulnerable. Like, no, he is. Look, when you look at his completion percentage in the last 2 games, it's over 80%. So he's completing his passes. Just because the scheme designates for these passes to be short of the line to gain and or duplicates or triplicates or reruns or whatever you want to call it, that's not on Jalen. Unless you give Jalen the Peyton Manning, carte blanche, let me call my own plays. And look how that worked out for Peyton Manning for all those years. Drew Brees too.
Yeah.
Like, he got to call his own plays. He got to call his own game. I'd really be curious to see what a Jalen Hurts completely 100% called football game looks like.
Yeah, no doubt, no question.
All right, so we got like 5 minutes left in the show. Give me one key to victory for the Eagles versus Vikings, and then we'll go to predictions after. So one key to victory. Instead of 3, we'll just go to 1.
One key.
For me, it's easy. Jalen Carter might be back. Should be back. So, Jalen Carter, do your thing. That's mine.
Saquon, I guess Saquon coming out party. I guess if that's the right word. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. That's fine. I like that one.
I guess. I mean, because I would like to see Saquon just prove that. I mean, we haven't seen a good run yet with Saquon as of lately, so I'm thinking this will be a good deed for him to finally get a good run for the first time in week 7, hard to believe.
Yeah.
Innocuous.
Saquon goes off.
Now,
all right.
That's kind of what my answer was, but I like you saying it better than mine.
So technically, we already did 3 words or less. Yeah. Technically, we just did. So, all right.
Get it together. Get it together, Patullo. That's another one.
There you go. I like that one. Score predictions. I kind of stopped with the last 2. I didn't even put them in the scoreboard because we both lost. We're only doing wins here. We're only doing wins.
Yeah.
What you guys got?
Joey, what you got, buddy?
So this is hard for me because the defense for the Minnesota Vikings doesn't let up a lot of points. So I'm gonna go Eagles 28. I'm gonna go Vikings 23.
No sweat. Jesus.
All right, so 28-23.
Oh my god, my nerves. Oh
my god. James, who you got?
Well,
get that acid ready.
Yeah, get that. I mean, yeah, those Rockefellers were a mistake. So, I guess I'm in the same boat as you guys. It's gonna be another close game. Good friggin' lord, with Carson Wentz, my god.
Your cat wants to dominate and win.
Let the Bronco buck, right? I guess what's he saying? I guess he's trying to be a Bronco more than a cat. No, I'm just kidding. Same score I usually get is like 27-20 likewise. So I say it's going to be 24-20 Birds. I mean, I would hope that Jalen Hurts has a good game. I would hope to see a couple fumbles by Carson. Hope to see a couple sacks and also some good like I said before, just win the damn game. Come on, man. I mean, we're better than this. Guys. I mean, come on.
All right.
God damn it.
I am not going higher than Joe. So, Joe, if it gets 28 or higher and the Eagles win, you got that. But I'm going to go lower than James. So, for me, I got the Eagles winning, of course. I'm going to go 21-14. 21 to 14.
I'll take a 7-point victory.
I would too.
If that's the way, and most people will be like, well, why? Because that's not a sweat. That makes me feel like they had that game under control the whole time.
I feel confident with a 7-point win too. Gonna make.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So there you go for Fly Like an Eagle podcast. One last time, James. What are they expecting on Monday at 4:00?
Yeah, so in case you haven't missed it, so we got a new show coming up on Monday called This Week in Flyers Hockey. We'll talk everything orange and black, talk about the Flyers. So far, the Flyers are playing Minnesota starting tomorrow to play the Wild. We'll be recapping that game along with Winnipeg and even that good game on opening night where it was a great victory for the Flyers on Monday. So please tune in every single Monday. It's called This Week in Flyers Hockey on Hardcore Sports Network and Stream Punk Entertainment. Hopefully, we'll have a lot more, grab like the same level of views as we do with This Week in Phillies baseball, but now we switch it over to the orange and black, and it should be a lot of fun. So please tune in every Monday at 4 p.m. for This Week in Flyers Hockey on these same platforms.
All right, guys. So there you have it. Hopefully, Mitchell scores another goal. I want that to happen so badly.
Hopefully, it come to Jesus moment.
Jalen Carter, squeeze the Charmin. Squeeze the Charmin, baby.
Squeeze the juice.
Yep. All right, with that being said, guys, like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram. A lot of people are forgetting that we have an Instagram now. So Fly Like an Eagle Pod on the Instagram. Go follow us there. Our Instagram reels are going really well as of right now. So we'll catch you guys over there. Like, share, subscribe. You know what to do. Let's go, Birds. Fly like an eagle. We're out.
Later.